Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Bigger here from MotorNation.com, your home for everything. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I don't know what happened here, but I don't have my screen. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. So today, what we're going to be doing, we have the second NBA Power Rankings here. So I want to make sure you guys do like, subscribe, do what you have to do to support the channel. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Happy New Year to you guys. And listen, I have a lot of videos to get through today. Got 3 videos today in just one day. So that means we're kind of on a hurry here. We're kind of rolling. So 1, make sure you guys do like, subscribe, of course. And 2, make sure you guys join the Discord in the community. Alright, so let's get going with the power rankings. Alright, so beginning with team number 30, the worst team in basketball at the moment is still the Detroit Pistons. Listen, the Pistons are struggling. They're struggling both in and out the floor. They're getting a little bit more banged up. This team has only won one game in barely 3 months, breaking their 28-game losing streak. Yeah, they're obviously the worst team in basketball. All right, next up we got 29, and I'm taking Washington. Listen, Washington's not that good either. Like Washington is basically a slightly better version of the Pistons. Like they're rough too. They're having the same problems as the Pistons are. Besides Jordan Poole, like I said, there's just nothing really to look at with Washington. Plus, they have one of the worst defenses in basketball, so that's not gonna win you a lot of games. All right, next up we have 28. I'll take San Antonio. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the Spurs are still one of the worst teams in basketball, but you still can't deny it. Victor Wembanyama is having a good year to start off his rookie campaign. Like to see the Spurs do a little bit better, but for right now they're at 28. The team is still developing. The team is still pretty rough though. They only won 5 games. All right, next up we got 27. I'll take the Trailblazers. They're not too much better than San Antonio. I mean, you could make an argument that you would probably take San Antonio over Portland, but at least this team's won 9 games. I know they're 9-22. This team is struggling right now. I mean, this team was expected to do pretty bad this year. Right now, they're off to a pretty bad start. So I don't think the Trailblazers are going to get any better, but hopefully they can turn around sometime soon. All right, next we got 25. I'm taking the Hornets. Listen, if the Hornets have a middle ball, they could easily be higher than what they are right now. Right now, as a team, I mean, they only won 1 game without LaMelo Ball. The Charlotte Hornets only won 1 game without him. That just proves that this Charlotte team is just not good. They just don't have the team. They just don't have the chemistry to go anywhere with the Hornets. So that's why they're at 25. All right, next up, actually no, 30, 29, 28, 27. Oh, that's not. You're at 26. Okay, my bad. All right, next up we got 25. I'll take the Jazz. I'll take the Jazz. Listen, it's kind of interesting being the Jazz. Like I thought they're gonna be better this year. I thought they're gonna be at least a little bit better than what they have been performing so far. But they've been kind of mediocre this year. They've been kind of mediocre. The only thing that they really have going for them is Lloyd Markkanen, basically the way how he's been performing this year. Besides that, they're just kind of struggling, man. They're not in the same path. You know, they're not in the right rhythm. Actually, matter of fact, I think I have this bracket wrong. I think I might, so I might have to change it here soon. Yeah, I think I have the bracket wrong. If I do, I'm gonna fix it. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so Trailblazers. Okay, so Jazz. All right, so give me a minute. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this. That's 26. That's 26 to 30. 16 to 20. Oh, this is a 15. This is a 15 through 11. Okay, and then you have 6 through 10, and then you have 5 through 1. Okay, all right, that seems right. All right, carry on. 26. All right, next up we got team number 25. I'm gonna go team number 25. I'm gonna go Atlanta. And it's not the fact that I hate Atlanta. I don't really hate them, but as a team, they've just been struggling this year. You know, Trae Young's been too inconsistent. The Hawks team's been too inconsistent. Jalen Johnson, you know, he's come out ready to start, but besides that, this team that just hasn't been efficient. They haven't really been that good. So I'll put them at 25. They're not the worst teams in the league, but right now they're performing like one of the worst. All right, next up we got 20. Where we are, 24. I'm taking the Raptors. Listen, the Raptors did get a trade, so maybe they can do better off of that trade, signing OJ Anunoby off the team. And I think they're getting RJ Barrett or something like that, and a couple of Knicks players or whoever they got. But right now, the Raptors, they're just struggling. They're struggling to find ways to win games. Even though they do have Pascal and all those guys down there, they're still just they're not finding a way to win basketball games right now. So I'm not saying you guys all right, but you guys do need to win some games here. All right, next up we got 22. I'll take the Bulls. I'll take the Bulls. Not the Bulls were kind of lower than this, but they have been at least playing some better basketball, so I can put them at least at 22. But for right now, the Bulls are they're playing all right. I mean, they're off to a slow start, but maybe they're starting to find their groove a little bit. So I'll take them at 22. I think they're starting to find a solution. They're trying to figure themselves out. All right, next up we got 21. I'll take the Grizzlies. I know they have a bad record. I know they have a bad home record. But listen, this team's gonna get so much better with Ja Morant back in the lineup. They're healthy. They're gonna get rolling. I think the Grizzlies only lost 2 games so far. I think they're like 6-2 with 5-2 with Ja Morant back in the lineup. Listen, the Grizzlies, you can expect this team to have a huge rise in about 5 weeks from the next time we do this. Like the Grizzlies, they could be like up here or something by the time we do it next. That's why I'm saying I'm putting the Grizzlies at 21 for now, but you can definitely expect them to rise up immediately from the break. So they get 21 for now. All right, next up we get number 20. I'm gonna take the Warriors. The Warriors they just been in and out. They've been on in and out. They've been so inconsistent. One night your offense is moving, but your defense is terrible. One night your defense is good, but your offense is terrible. One night Stephen Curry has off nights. We already seen Klay Thompson. He already has a whole bunch of off nights. Like this team, Draymond Green suspension. Like this team is too consistent. They have too many problems. They are not. This is not an inconsistent basketball team. Hey, listen, if the Warriors want to be better, they have to be more consistent. That's all I gotta say. For right now, you guys are 20. You guys are disappointing me so far this year. Hopefully, you guys can pick up the pace and prove me wrong in that part. All right, next up we got 19. I'm taking Phoenix. Phoenix, another team that's just been in and out this year. With Bradley Beal, I think he played like 3 games so far this year. That Suns team, I mean, they're not bad. I don't think the Suns team is terrible, but right now they're just struggling to find ways to win games. They're kind of like the Warriors. They're too inconsistent. They have the star power to be good, but right now they're just way too inconsistent for me to put them back in the lineup. So not a bad team. I just like for them to do a little bit better. All right, next up we got 18. I'm gonna go with the Brooklyn Nets here. I think they're just the exact definition of a mid team. I mean, there's just nothing around it. The Nets are just a mid basketball team. I know they're 3 games under 500 right now, but this team is probably gonna finish like somewhere around like 42 or 40 wins this year. Like this team is the exact definition of mid. But their defense is all right. Their offense is fine. Mikal Bridges moving around that team. They're decent. All right, next up we got 19. Next up we got number 17. I'm gonna take Houston. Listen, Houston is still on the rise for me. Houston is still a good team, in my opinion. They're still in a well coached team. They could be still contenders for most surprising team in the NBA. But listen, Houston, they're not bad. This team's not bad. They're finding ways to win with Fred VanVleet. Given has been good for guys. So if I'm in Houston, I'm giving you guys a lot of credit here for being in even within my top 17. Like you guys are not performing bad basketball, so keep this up. All right, next up we got 16. I'm gonna take the Pacers. I know the Pacers' offense is still really good, and that Pacers' offense is still the best in the league. But their defense is really not that good, and besides that, they've been losing games. Like they've been struggling out of the in-season tournament. I know the Lakers, we have been struggling without the in-season tournament too, but the Lakers got a couple wins. I think the Pacers only won like two or 3 games coming off of the in-season tournament finals. So I know their offense is great, but they got to do some work defensively. They're the 29th ranked defense right now. That's not good. All right, next up we got team number 15. I'm gonna take the I gotta go with the Lakers. Listen, the Lakers, we just have not been playing. We haven't been playing some good basketball as of late. We just haven't been playing that good. I think we're just 3-6 coming out of the in-season tournament finals. So For the Lakers, I had to take you guys a little bit step down because I just don't like how you guys have been performing, guys being in and out of lineup. So, we'll say for Lakers, we're still a really good basketball team. Like, we know deep down that we can be a really good basketball team. But for right now, I'm putting us at 15. We're close, but we're just not there yet. We have to be more consistent with these wins, and we have to win games without the games we're supposed to win. All right, next up, 14. I'll take the Pelicans. Get credit to the Pelicans, and they beat my Lakers last night. But they got revenge on my Lakers last night. I do give them credit there. But the Pelicans, they finally have their core healthy. They have C.J. McCollum, Zion Williamson's getting back, Herbert Jones, so Brandon Ingram's also getting healthy off their bench unit. Like, the Pelicans can be a really good damn team. By the come the end of this year, the Pelicans could be a really good team. So that team is definitely a fun one to watch. So give credit to the Pelicans. They're probably going to be good. All right, next up we got number 13. I'm gonna take Cleveland. Cleveland has some remarkable offense with Jarrett Allen, Darius Garland, and I don't think we've seen Darius Garland in quite some time. This team is winning games because they have weapons. You have like Max Strus in there who can give you a couple buckets at a time. You got Caris LeVert in there, another good role player in there. Listen, Cleveland has the offense. They have the offense to be a really good offensive juggernaut team. Let's see if they can do that these next couple weeks. Right now they're on my 13th spot. They do not look that bad at all. All right, next up we have number 11. This is number 12. I'm going with the Knicks. Listen, the Knicks are still a good team in my opinion. It'll kind of rocky off to a season down, but listen, the Knicks have found a groove. They found their groove again. I know this team is 8th in the Eastern Conference, but I think we all know that the Clippers are way better than 8th in the Eastern Conference. So I got to take the Knicks at 12. Listen, this team is not the most consistent team, but once again, they're finding the groove with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. If they continue to perform the way they have to perform right now, I can see the Knicks definitely taking the next leap forward. All right, next up we got number 11. And barely falling out of my top 10 is Orlando. Listen, the Magic did take a couple steps down. I think they were in my top 10 last power rankings, but they took a couple steps down. They hadn't been slowed down after their fast start, but this team still has one of the best records in the East. They're still 5th in the East. I'm still impressed with the Magic. Just right now, I don't think they've been playing the same team basketball. This team is still good regardless, but I just don't think this team has not been the same ever since the first 5 weeks. But hey, they're still winning games. They're, like I said, they're still top 5 in the East. They're still having a good year. Plus, Paolo Banchero is basically keeping you right in the hunt, so that's pretty good there. All right, next up we got number 10, and starting off my top 10, it will be the Sacramento Kings. Listen, the Kings have a very good offense, and they also have a very good bench with Malik Monk. Now, the Kings haven't been the most explosive coming out the year. They haven't been the most step on the gas pedal. But listen, the Kings' offense is really good. I think they have the 13th best offense in basketball right now. Their defense is getting better every single week. So give credit to the Kings. I like the Kings. I love De'Aaron Fox, the way he's been putting up numbers so far. I like Keegan Murray coming back. I like Malik Monk off the bench. I just love what the Kings have to provide. This team's gonna be good once they have all the weapons and once they're fully healthy. This Kings team is gonna be a problem to deal with. All right, next up we got number 9. I'll take the Heat. Listen, once again, the Heat are starting to find their groove. They were kind of sloppy to start the season, but Jimmy Butler's trying to find his range. Kyle Lowry's all right. I mean, the story has just been the same for the Heat. Listen, last year they came out struggling to start the year. Now they're starting to find their momentum. So give credit to the Heat, and especially the rookie that they have down there. This man's been putting up some numbers. So even though you guys don't have Jimmy Butler, you guys are still finding ways to win games, and that's impressive in the NBA. That's what you need to do in the NBA. So good credit to Miami there. All right, next up we got number 8. I'll take Dallas. Dallas still has a top 10 offense in the league. I think right now Luka Doncic is on a tear for NBA MVP season so far. He's just been putting up massive numbers down there, and basically whatever the Mavericks bench basically falls off of Luka. Like, if Luka has a good night, which you probably expect the majority of the time, Mavericks bench is going to do really good. If he struggles a little bit, then they're going to struggle. But this team is all about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic's been playing, so with Dallas struggling a little bit on the defense side of things. I don't think they're not a really good defensive team. But at the end of the day, I like Dallas. I like what they've been doing. All right, next up we got number 7. I'll take the Clippers. Clippers, they've been playing really well as of late. I think they've won their last 8 out of 10. I think James Harden is really starting to fit into that system down there. You have Kawhi Leonard still out of the lineup, but they still have Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and James Harden. Yeah, you can count on to get the job done. Plus, they have a couple good role players in there as well. So even with the Clippers, I think they've been rolling. I think this team has had like an 8 game winning streak throughout the stretch that's just been broken. So give credit to the Clippers. They look like the team that they should be. Way to go, Clippers. All right, next up, number 6, and barely falling out of my top 5 will be Philadelphia. Listen, the Sixers are still a good team. They still have Joel Embiid, who's probably going to win the MVP case at this point. He just looks good. So Philadelphia's offense is amazing. Tyrese Maxey took his game to another level. Plus, they have a lot of good role players who you can look at. You got Tobias Harris in there who can give you a good amount of numbers every night. Like I mentioned, Tyrese Maxey who can give you a good impact. For the Sixers, their offense is so good because they have so many guys on impact, and plus I think their defense is also getting better every single week. So give credit to the Sixers. All right, after that we have team number 5, and starting off with my top 5. So yeah, kicking off top 5 will be the Milwaukee Bucks. Listen, the Bucks are trying to find their groove. Damian Giannis connection, I definitely see it. It's definitely getting better. But at the end of the day, it did take some time for Damian Lillard to get through his ways. It took time, but I think now he's in a groove. I think the Bucks are going to continue to rise up as we do. Yeah, yeah. Drew Holiday lies up. I like that team. They're at 5. All right, next up, number 4. I'll take Denver. Denver, they're still the same team, the defending champions and all that, but at this point, they're right off where they left off. This team is still not going anywhere. They're still one of the dangerous teams to facing the Western Conference. But their numbers has slipped since the last time we did the power rankings. It has slipped off a lot. So let's see if Denver can find its way to slip right back into those standings. But right now, they're still a good team. They're still tough to deal with. Jokic is still playing well. Jamal Murray is still playing well. So that team is still tough to deal with. So I'll put them at 5. All right, next up we got number 3. I'm taking OKC, man. OKC looks really good with the youth that they have in that team and how much star power they have in that team. Like you mentioned, basically all the stars have been having phenomenal seasons, especially SGA. Um, that this team is just electric. They're just a electric youth that came out of the playing tournament last year. They lost in the playing tournament last year, but now they're absolutely killing it this year. So I'm actually feeling happy for the Thunder right now. All right, next up we got number 2, and I am taking the Timberwolves. And it's been long for the Timberwolves to be good. They were in the playing tournament last year, but this team has just been balling, and I mean balling out. You got Anthony Edwards having a good year, Karl Anthony Towns having a good year, Rudy Gobert having another Defensive Player of the Year. They have so many guys that you can go to, and you expect them to have a good night. So this team is probably one of the most consistent teams when it comes down to winning on a week and week basis. Like the Timberwolves are just a good ass basketball team. It's just plain and simple. They're a really good ass basketball team. And number 1 is still the Boston Celtics, unfortunately. Now I don't want the Celtics to be number 1, but come on, the Celtics have the best record in the league right now. The roster has been dominating on both ends. Offense is really good. They also have a top notch defense around there. So even though with the additions of Drew Holiday and Christopher Porzingis, I actually do see it working really well down there. So the Celtics do get number 1. They have a lot of depth that you can go to, especially on their bench. This team is just phenomenal. I think right now, unfortunately, I have to say this, but I think the Celtics are the best team in basketball. All right, and that is my second NBA power rankings. Let me know what you guys agree with. Let me know in the comments below what you deal with. But anyway, I'm gonna hop this off and get this thing edited so I can finally get through my last video of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, this is Big B here, sign up, MoneyNation.com. Peace out. We'll see you guys in the next one.